Alright. Time to feed the viewers. Oh, he hasn't put out any video yet? Oh, I got videos done. Already done. Anyway, what I got for you viewers. Oh, hello viewers. Another beautiful day or night. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. Yep. All right. What I got for you? What I got for you here? Let's see here. We're talking about FBC Firebreak. Calls for upscaling at resolution on PC. This is the system requirements. So we're talking here. Remedy has officially unveiled a PC system requirement for FBC Firebreak, the company co-op FPS Control spinoff. The game is set before the event of Control, where the Federal Bureau of Control FBC battle against the supernatural is reaching its boiling point. In this three-player co-op shooter, players are members of Firebreak, an elite of anti-paranormal fighters. The game is launching on PC June 17th. On PC, Remedy has recommended resolution upscaling at levels of the FBC Firebreak's PC system requirement. Like Control's FBC Firebreak will support ray tracing on PC. However, ray tracing is only recommended for users of high-end gaming PCs. We're talking the 4090s and up. Anyway, it says here when ray tracing isn't utilized, Firebreak PC system requirements are fairly low for 1440p medium settings at 60 FPS with quality upscaling. AMD Radeon RX 6600 XT. Yeah. Says here NVIDIA RTX 3060 are recommended for 4K 60 FPS gameplay with upscaling. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070 and AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT are recommended. Not bad for a new release. So alright, here's the system requirements. If I can get this going here. Okay, here's the system requirements. For minimum, we're looking at 1080p 60 FPS with upscaler set to quality. Graphics preset low. GPU NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1070, AMD Radeon RX 5600 XT. GPU memory 6 gigs. That's video memory. CPU is Intel Core i5 7600K, AMD Ryzen 5 1600X, and then it says RAM is 16 gigs. OS Windows 10 64-bit and 11 64-bit, and 30 gigs of SSD. Now for recommended at 1440p 60 FPS with upscaler set to quality, the graphics preset is medium. And then it says GPU is NVIDIA GeForce GTX 3060, AMD Radeon RX 6600 XT. GPU memory is 8 gigs. CPU is Intel Core i5 8600. Increase this font real quick here. Okay, here we go. And then AMD Ryzen 5 2600. So Intel i5 8500, AMD Ryzen 5 2600. RAM is 16 gigs. Windows 10 and 11 64-bit, and 30 gigs of SSD. Now for high settings, 4K 60 FPS with upscaler set to performance. The graphics preset is high. GPU is GeForce RTX 3070 and AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT. 8 gigs of video RAM. CPU is Intel Core i5 8500. AMD Ryzen 5 2600. RAM is 16 gigs. OS is Windows 10 and 11 64-bit. And then storage is 30 gigs SSD. Now for high ray tracing, big boys club, you got 4K at 60 FPS upscaler, set to performance, high ray tracing, that's the graphics preset. GPU's NVIDIA RTX 4080, AMD Radeon RX 97 XT. Excuse me. And what's this? 10 gigs of GPU memory. That's video RAM. And then CPU is Intel Core i7 8700. And then AMD Ryzen 5 3600. 16 gigs of RAM. Windows 10 and 11 64-bit. And 30 gigs of SSD. And what it says here, Firebreak should play at 60 FPS. All system requirement levels of Firebreaks target 60 FPS. This FPS targets make sense for new FPS titles. Show that Remedy is recommending appropriate hardware and graphical setting for its game. Note that video RAM capacity should not be an issue for Firebreak players, as even at 4K with ray tracing, the game requires only 10 gigs of video RAM. If you're using an older GPU with 6 gigs of video RAM like the RTX 2060, 1080p at 60 FPS, gameplay is achievable. Storage wise, the game only requires 30 gigs of free SSD. And if you want Firebreak to bring your PC to its knees, turn off upscaling and turn on ray tracing. If not, simply turn off ray tracing and set upscaling to appropriate levels. Simple. So yeah, those are the system requirements for Firebreak. So your PC should be in order, to run these games, especially for desktop PCs. You always got to keep your PCs in order to run games. It's like keeping a computer and a car is like go hand in hand. So you have to keep your car up to date if you want to get the best out of it. You got to keep your computer up to date if you want to get the best out of it. So those are the rules, So PC gamers, that's that game on desktop. Those are the rules. Now portable PC players can play it. They can play it, especially on the minimum requirement. They can play it, or even recommended. They can play it. So yeah. Laptop gamers, if they got the Oculink port, that means you can connect an external graphics card to your laptop and play your games. You can increase the RAM on the board. Increase the RAM and then increase your storage, and then take it from there. But yeah, when it comes to PCs, you got to keep your PCs up to date. Stay on top of it. Yeah, that way you can game. But other than that, man, this game should run on your PC, based on what you're using, and based on the system requirements too. So yeah. But other than that, that's it. Now, anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, those Star Wars, Star Trek thing, board, Star Trek. Go. Peace.